incorrect. It's only facilitating smart opportunities to the people, to the governance, and to make us a complete one closed loop ecosystem. It means somebody who is the poorest in the section also need to be smart. So we need to see a poor as a housewife, the home, what do you call it? Somebody who is coming to pick up the waste, or somebody else, or poorer of the section, how can they be smart in the ecosystem? The smart does not mean that the poorest person should have a mobile phone or should have access to the internet. No, it does not mean that. We have to enhance their quality of life. There are many ways, and the smart does not represent only on technologies. It is, as of the other way, it is purely anchored on the social inclusion. That's what we are trying to do in another 5 years' time. We have got very limited budget. It's got 574 crore to be spent in 5 years. It is the responsibility of the Smart City Mission Limited to convert those 574 crore into multiplied by 10 or 20, whatever may be, and make good opportunities to the people, for connecting people and connecting their opportunities. That's the mission.
Thank you so much for the intervention. And I would also like to open comments from the floor, because we got a very interesting. I know that we got Arun Kumar from KMR Lagin and Sangeet from KMR. And we got an IoT expert, a corporate trainer, that is Mr. Abhayan. And, sorry, Abhayan is here? Not here. And we got Harsha. Harsha is an IoT expert again, from Bangalore here. And then a team from Smart City that consists of Michelle and Preeta. Then a few delegates from Nest. And Muniz from Rajagiri Pro Academy, and all other distinguished guests here. So I would like to open comments from the floor. If somebody can actually talk.
Dr. S.K. Jha, Associate Professor, Netaji Subhas Institute of Technology, New Delhi. In fact, from time immemorial, we have been hearing the word that smart is one, smart who does. And especially whenever we have read many books, especially NCERT books, one paragraph is there for, I think, what Gandhi said about the smartness of the cities. Like whenever you want to contemplate any step in your life, especially with regard to establishing the smart city, we must remember the Gandhi's talisman, which he has written in every book, that whenever we want to contemplate any step in our life, we should remember the poorest of the poor, whether the step we are going to contemplate is going to give some benefit to that poorest of the poor or not. That should be taken into consideration. Meaning thereby, Gandhi always wanted to establish egalitarian society, where there is no difference between one human being and another human being. As I think that distinguished person has said right now, that even if so-called smart cities have distinguished or have difference, discrimination between one citizen and another citizen, that city is no longer smart. That is why I am in favor of creating and establishing an egalitarian form of society. India, I am talking about, many people are smart enough to run the country. They are sitting in parliament. They are trying to create discriminations in our publics so that they could rule over our country. In the same way, English people came. They were trying to make our country smart at the cost of division of our country. So I think it is high time we should come together. We should be egalitarian in our approach. We should try to form that society where caste, creed, and religion does not have any place. We should transcend beyond all these parochial aspects of the life. That will be the smartest ever city world has ever had. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The point very well taken. And I think at this juncture, I think I would give back the mic to Sohan sir. Look, I think coming back to the same point, you know.
I talked about the basics, and the Vice Chancellor was saying about the tax assessment possibilities using digital technology. So one of the basic things that you need in any city is a GIS map. That is a geographic information system. All developed cities have got a geographic information system on which layers and layers of information can be loaded. And it's at your fingertip. Now there is technology available where you can get the footprints of all the buildings in a city or anywhere, so that the size and shape of all the buildings can be assessed. Instead of going to the house, one of the questions in the questionnaire that is given to the house owner for assessing taxes, how many square feet is your house? So you'll have to go around with the tape and measure it. And God knows, and when it goes to they take it to the corporation, they will find out that it is 10 square feet more, and then he will be fined. Then he will be penalized, then he will be asked to submit another application. So many complications are there. And these digital technologies are available here. Only thing is it's not grounded. So by smart city, what we mean is in some small place, we have to show that this is possible. We have to visibly show that in a developing society, which has been, even today, which is socially very, very backward, we have to demonstrate it and show it even to the people who decide. You know, the people who are the decision makers in parliament or in the assemblies or in the municipal council. It is very important that we show it to them that this is possible. We have to show that the automatic vehicle locator system is possible. It's a very simple device. I can locate father through my mobile phone. So these things have to be applied on the ground. So now KMRL is going to apply some of them. And we need enabling legislation for all this. It doesn't happen overnight. As he said, social changes do not happen overnight. It takes a long time. So sensitizing the politicians, as has been done in other parts of the world, or in India itself, we have to do this. It's a big process, but the process has to be a start. Where we prove to for an example, my friend is from South Africa. If you go to the website of ICACC-2016, that's a city, ICACC-2016 is part of Durban, I was telling him. You will be amazed. That's the best website in the world, a city website if you go, including podcasting. Everything is there. I was amazed when I went to that, and I always tell the people in the corporation that someday we have to reach that. We don't have a website, good website now. We don't have a good website. You go to any of the municipal websites, 20th century, and from India. India is a place, as Vice Chancellor said, we are the software people of the world. We are doing it for New York, many of the websites have been done from India. TCS is doing all over the world. And we engage TCS. But in spite of all that, so we need a website. When you talk of a smart city, you will just go to our website and you find that there is nothing about this. Information is not available. Then GIS. The second thing you go is to GIS. Then you go to the layers of information. Information is not available. Information is there in the books. Everything is there. But somebody has to put it on a platform. It is a college doing it for one ward. As the Vice Chancellor said, you have to come out and do it for one small ward. And this is there. Then the member in the ward, the people in the ward can know the water tap is there, the light post is there. Instead of going to the light post and taking the number, it's not lit. So all those things are available on a dashboard or a simple thing. On your mobile, it's available. So just to prove these small things, and then that is going to be this smart city thing that is going to happen now.
This is what I like about Sohan. He can actually, put things in perspective, and I can hit the right button and say that this is what we need. And I think Mark could help us in this regard, because he has also got some prior involvement in Indian cities. After the tsunamis, he was here, so he helped Hyderabad and especially to create a kind of a sensor network, right? So you know the Indian conditions, and you can see that smartness in India doesn't mean that everybody is following a smart mobile, but basic things. How technology can come to that help, and what are the technologies that you would propose?
I'll try. But first the story, because I was really interested in hearing all of that, and it's tempting to think that things might be better in New Zealand. Recently I wanted to fit a fire in my home because it's very cold in winter. And I was told that I had to send a plan of the place where I wanted to put the fire, my house, to the council to get approval. I said, okay, where do I get a plan of my house? And they said, oh, from the council. So I had to go to the council to get a plan of my house so I could send it to the council so they could approve the plan of my house. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. They already have this information. The problem, though, of knowing who has what and who's allowed to act, who is empowered to act with information, is a really difficult one. One of the interesting things about smart cities is that it actually could remove some of the human decision making. For example, if we could come up with an algorithm that would optimize the flow of traffic through traffic lights, given that that wouldn't necessarily solve all the problems. In real time, we can make a change. We've sort of instituted a kind of democratic software agent to choose how the lights behave or how power is distributed. I think this is interesting because if power can be invested in those algorithms to make the decisions for us, we could actually institute change very quickly, rather than having to wait until the city council has decided that this is a good change. We could agree beforehand that the parameters of the algorithm were fair, that they constituted good values. And then we have to live with the result as citizens. I think that could be incredibly interesting as a social experiment. Do we trust the computers to make decisions that are on the whole fair for everybody rather than just fair for me? I think that's a really interesting choice. To go back to a question though, or maybe you want to pick up on that.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want me to stop?
I think you can stop.
Okay. Thank you.
We are running out of time. Maybe I would put a question to Bob there. We are talking about technology and how that can be made use, can be at the use of many needs that we already see. But you must be experimenting with some of these technologies, right? Because it's a smart city. And you already mentioned that command center. Other than that, have we got some specific plans which can be shared with all of us, which all of us will benefit?
Definitely. Before that, I would like to mention that the two applications has come up. One, whether the people will accept the change, whether they are prepared for this. Number two, whether it's practically possible to do it. To pursuing, it's a necessity. We have to change. Why? Because you take the example Kochi city, the infrastructure now available, whether it is water, power, what it may be, it was laid some 40, 50 years back, maybe meant for 20,000 or 30,000 people. So if another 5,000 people migrate into the urban area, okay, we can manage. If it's another 10,000, we can, with difficulty we can manage. As and when it reaches double, in the sense from 20,000 to 40,000, we cannot live on. We have to do something to, this facility should be shared. In the sense, how it can be possible. We cannot expand Kochi. We cannot build Kochi in a different way within a short time. So retrofitting is required. In the sense, we have to do something so that the available facility can be shared with all the 40,000 people. How it's possible? That's possible only by application of the latest technology and all. And regarding your question is concerned, I will touch upon one more thing. The minimum requirement of a city if you enlist 4 or 5, you can say that power, water, dwelling place, transportation, waste management, and so on. So I'll touch as an example, power. When Smart City, we have started functioning, we applied for power. It took 1 year to get a power connection. I took more than 13 months. At the 13th month, I got power connection. So we thought how we can provide power to our people. We become a licensee. So like KC, we are the distribution licensee in our area of operation. So we promised, we have taken a policy decision that power allocation will be given across the table. Power connection will be done immediately after their wiring or their installation work is over. We have done it practically. We have done how we have made our system, internal system, with the PACA RMU or underground cable, and SCADA system is available in the substation. So everything. Also the metering, power metering, smart meter. We call it smart meter. There is a prepaid meter. It has got communication port which is directly linked through IP system to the web-enabled system. So that what has happened, the people, when they pay 1,000 rupees, there is also a common gateway for payment. Whichever may be your bank, you can put it in your bank, through a common gateway, it will come to me, and it's credited, 1,000 rupees credited. You can meter, we will be giving a password to you, you can open your account, you know that what's the balance, how much you consumed today, tomorrow, last month, 3 months back, 6 months back. These are all metered. So that automatically on seeing that consumption, you will reduce consumption, energy conservation is made possible. Number 2, you know about. Moreover, this SCADA system from the substation is in line to the web-enabled system so that you know which is the feeder available, what is the voltage, everything is made available. So this, we have made it possible. It's running now. This can be done in the Smart City Kochi also. Kochi Smart City also. That's the same case with water or waste management, everything. It's possible. Only thing is, ours is a prototype. You have to expand it for your requirement. That is possible.
Exactly. So I think that was a fantastic point. And I think the consensus that is coming up is, we have to live with what we got, and we have to make a good use of it. And for that, we need the help of technology. And so technology can be a redeemer. And on that final note, we haven't got too much time, maybe at the most 5 more minutes to finish this panel discussion. The final end notes from our speakers, the panelists, maybe all of you will get 2 to 3 minutes, or just 1 minute.
So, when you look at the smart cities around the globe and, some of the developing world, people talk about so many things like even intelligent lamppost and so many things. I'm not very sure about what is going to be there in the smart city Kochi, even though I heard a little about Mr. Muhammad Hanish earlier. So for Kerala, if you see, in my mind, there are 2 requirements what we need. One is, we queue up on beverages, beverage shop. If there is a provision to, get that technology to develop that, I think we can save a lot of their time. And also continuously monitor how much intoxicated I am now while drinking. So that is one sensing. The second one is very serious. That is for assisted living. In Kerala, if you see, most of the young chaps are abroad in all over the places, and the parents are living here. So we have seen, we are also working on those areas, like how can we help these old age parents? The technologies come to help, like we can remotely monitor what they are doing, whether when they got into the bathroom, whether they have come out, whether enough food in their refrigerator, whether they have taken that food and consumed. So many things can be done. I think that is one area, a lot of activities going on, and it will fit for our smart city.
Okay.
Thank you very much for me.
I just have a very lighter note. Mr. Sohail, the ex-mayor, said he doesn't know anything. But I think he is the person who knows everything in the Lord's house. But then I asked a question to him, why he is not able to bring these things in practice. This is a question which has to be answered now. No, in the sense, I mean, I know the problem. See, this is something, the mindset of ours. We don't want any change to happen. We want to be in the queue. We were just short. We stopped all queues in other places. So what change we would like to embrace? How fast we are able to make, embrace the technology. In everybody's personal life, we will all do it. We will buy a good smartphone, make use of it for our personal life. But we will never make use of it for any common or upliftment of another person. So, again coming back, the academic institutions will have to show the way that we only can make the change. Because they are not able to make the change. He knows everything, but he is not able to make the change, the dent. Probably, I think now that the ball is in our court, the academic institutions where you can really drive and make a change. Please try it.
See, only yesterday, I met the former director of Central Institute of Fisheries Technology for a small discussion where the fishing boats going from Kochi, they go 2,100 odd kilometers out to the city Diego Garcia, which is a British island, an American base, and continuously they have been arrested. And now they have warned that the whole fish export will be banned. So they don't have any radio equipment or anything. Just imagine going 2,000 or in the 60-foot wooden boat, they're going all the way to catch fish. They bring millions of fish worth. So I was thinking of having a radio listen. So when I went to discuss with him, he said his son is somebody big in technology, and then his son has advised him that it can be done with an Apple iPhone. And I was amazed. I'm waiting for 2 weeks. He has asked me to wait for 2 weeks. Which may be, Rajagiri can do it tomorrow. I need not wait for 2 weeks. Because an Apple iPhone can contact, keep in touch with this boat through satellite or something, and it doesn't cost any money at all. Simple money, not too much. Because the radio phones are very costly. So he told me that. And I have not been able to accept it mentally, but then this is the world. And this is the world that academicians and institutions expose to people like us throughout the world. Unfortunately not in India. Maybe they, as he said, the mindset, we have got centuries of history that is different. So I think that at least Rajagiri step out of the gate or door and come to the field. And these students here, the area that we announced as Smart City, please come and walk around the streets, go through the slums, see how people live, issues they face every day, the everyday battle for bare existence. All those things in the 21st century. In a country that is the third richest country in the world, they say, I do not know. But then, these are things that as children, as students, as academicians, as technologists, technocrats, you are the people who are going to inherit this country and the world. And I think this is the best time to see, and you can find answers immediately. Because I went to such a big scientist, he told me that when he contacted the bigger scientist who was his son, and told me that this can be done with an Apple phone. I was amazed. So that is the point, that is the challenge before you. And that's the challenge told by the Vice Chancellor. I think Vice Chancellor can motivate all the other colleges to do it.
So that's the good thing about being everybody on the dance. Now we can point fingers and finally something good will come out of it. And Jones, I think you have to make a point.
I want to just raise a point to the VC. Since Sohan sir was asking, he's just looking for this forum to get new inputs. We always feel the brightest talents in the state is there in the classrooms. And can the Vice Chancellor take it as a formal note to have a forum by which some of the best projects in the colleges, in the 150 colleges in KTU, can you pick up few best ones so that some of them can give maybe some sort of very good solution which none in this auditorium has thought about. So if the VC can take a lead in that line, probably we could get some very cost-effective models right from our young minds.
We have that. We have a technical festival every year. The second Saturday, Friday, Saturday of every year. So this is, every college will have to come out with a project. I mean, we this year I think we have got about 250 entries.
But I just wanted to ask, like, if the smart city theme is being kept as the key point.
So that is something which we can do. There are a lot of themes which can be done. Yeah, so it's possible. So that anyway we can think about it. The only thing is, see, today I was asking the same thing today morning to James Joseph, that what he wants. So he told me that our cat too. So he said he wants some, these are the things which he wants to propagate that. So I said I will put up this and then that will be a separate challenge. So similarly that this is also possible to smart city. Thank you.
And maybe as a final, okay, thank you so much, Johnson. And as a final end note, I think all coming back to the academy, I can see that. And now I may have to ask on behalf of academia, because the respected professors and the students over here, and I have to ask help from the industry as well. The Nest is here, Cognizant, and so many other people from the industry. Can you support us? Can we? Oh, you want to talk?
Yeah, we already have a center of excellence within Radhagiri School of Engineering and Technology that is from Nest. So we have a Nest professor also there appointed who will always take care of all these developmental projects. There is always a gap between the industry and the academia. It is more here in India compared to other countries. So that's what we are trying to bridge the gap together. So here the first topic which our theme which we have identified is Internet of Things, IoT. So mainly towards application, towards in smart cities. So it's already some initiative has taken place, and we are very much thankful to Radhagiri for collaborating on this one.
Yeah, thank you so much. And that came as a result of hard work from Father Burgis as well. He's also with us, and we acknowledge that here. And another issue is from the government. We find it sometimes very difficult to deal with the government. For example, last time Kochi City wanted to put a competition for new projects from the students, and we submitted something, and we never got an acknowledgement for those submissions. We offered that there will be competition, first prize, second prize, third prize, and we haven't heard anything back. So that means we want a bit more proactive approach from the government. I don't know how to make that happen, but we will keep on doing our nishkama karma, and we will be in the forefront of these activities. I think we had a very good interactive session during this panel discussion. We haven't achieved any tangible goals yet, but it's a good brainstorming session. And people from academia, industry, and government, they could think and comment on a single platform. That itself is a great achievement, I would say that, and something good will come out of it. And Harry sir, I think, would vouch for that, because last year we had this discussion, and after that, a lot of good things have happened between KMR and Radhagiri, and I hope that these things will happen again, and things will get rolling, and more things will happen. And with this small note, I would say that we are concluding this panel discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for your active participation in the panel discussion. May we invite Dr. A. Inauguration, Principal of Radhagiri School of Engineering and Technology, to present the mementos to the dignitaries on the dais as a token of our gratitude.